Hello, folks. My name's Dale Urich, and I live outside of Bennington, Nebraska. I am 52 years old, and I am attempting to document my journey regarding HPV positive throat cancer. So, over the past few weeks, I've been doing a lot of research and looking at the internet and YouTube and things like that, and I found that there's not a lot of up-to-date pertinent information regarding this type of cancer. So I wanted to put something out there maybe once a week to see if I can educate people on the journey that's in front of me. Just to give you some background, I'm 52 years old, I'm healthy, married, 2 grown boys. Life was going pretty well up until about a month ago. So January 13th is when I visited my general doctor to get some blood work regarding my cholesterol, to make sure my cholesterol medicine is working. And at that visit, I showed him a lymph node on the side of my neck, and you can see it right here. It's swollen. I don't know, maybe the size of a large marble sort of thing or whatnot. And because of the size and the shape and the touch and things like that, he recommended getting an ultrasound to see what was going on. So luckily enough, I was able to get in that same day for the ultrasound. And the ultrasound came back and looked okay. The initial response that he gave me was, for these types of things, use a 30-day wait and see method. Well, after I told him that my mother has had thyroid cancer, he thought that maybe an MRI would be the next best step. So the next day he called me back, said, hey, let's get you in for an MRI. And I did that the following week. Went through the MRI, came back kind of inconclusive, things like that. And the next step he recommended was biopsies. So I actually had 2 biopsies done, one for the actual thyroid itself and one for the lymph node. Did it on a Friday afternoon. It was outpatient, took about 30 minutes to an hour from end-to-end visit. Not a huge deal. The thyroid one was not painful at all. However, the lymph node one, I was pretty sore over the weekend from the actual biopsy itself. So basically, I had to wait Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over the weekend to get the results of the biopsy because, obviously going in over the weekend, folks don't work. Monday was a very, anxious day for me trying to understand what the results might be. And my doctor called me on Tuesday morning to let me know that the good news was the thyroid test biopsy came back negative. No cancer, no concerns with the thyroid. However, he did say that the lymph node was suspicious and he believes that there was cancer cells present. This to me was very alarming and shocking, and I didn't quite know how to take the news when he called my cell phone. He immediately referred me to a specialist, head and neck specialist at Methodist Hospital here in Omaha. And luckily enough, me and my wife were able to see Dr. Lindau the following day. That day, they basically had the results of the biopsy. The marker was, I believe, 16 as far as a cancer marker goes. And I think he basically knew going in kind of what the diagnosis was. We visited with the doctor a little bit, and in this visit, I took some nasal spray to kind of numb my nasal cavity, and they put a camera down my nose into the back of my throat. And while doing that, I had a TV screen that I could actually see what he was looking at, and he focused on the back of my tongue, or the base of my tongue. And he said that he could see that there was a tumor or some sort of cancer on the base of my tongue. And basically, the cancer of the tongue actually spread to the lymph node, which was in close proximity, which, not a good thing that I have cancer, but a positive thing that it was in the lymph node. So basically, he confirmed for me on that day. I'm not sure the date of it. I think when I found out I was diagnosed, it was February 2nd, Groundhog Day, when I kind of got the word, is when I freaked out. February 4th is when I met with Dr. Lindau, And shortly thereafter, I started informing my family members of my situation. So pretty tough time mentally. Physically I feel fine doing everything that I normally do, no problems. Mentally, it's a challenge. Dealing with informing people of this, people at work, trying to focus on the job at hand. So something I've worked through over the past couple weeks and will continue as I move forward. So the last thing that I had to do before things move along was a PET scan. The PET scan is done in your body to ensure that the cancer has not spread anywhere else. So I went in on February 8th for the PET scan. And basically what this is they give you an IV with some sugar solution in it. You actually have to sit in a recliner for like an hour to let the sugar go through your blood system and whatnot. And then thereafter you go into a PET scan imaging system. It's not as claustrophobic as, say, an MRI. It doesn't take very long, 15-20 minutes, and you're in and out. So the good news was I only had to wait a short period of time, a matter of 6 hours, and my doctor had the test results and called and said the PET scan was clean and the cancer has not spread anywhere. So so far it's the best news that I've gotten to date. From what I understand, this cancer is very treatable. I had a couple of appointments this week with a few doctors. One of the appointments I had was with I'm not sure what her title is, a doctor of some sort, but it was actually a swallow study where I had to swallow different consistencies of different barium levels, and they basically looked and monitored and watched things as I swallowed them, and if they made it safely and how fast and all of that. So the good news was the follow study worked out, everything tested out fine. And my next appointment that day was with a dentist that specifically deals with radiation therapy. So, when you get radiation to the neck and or throat, there's concerns with your jaw and your teeth. So they want to make sure that all of your teeth that you have are sound and good, because radiation will cause issues later on down the road with your teeth and or jaw. So they did an x-ray, my teeth checked out, everything was good. The dentist actually made a impression of both my upper and lower jaw. They're like football mouth guards, basically impressions of the top and the bottom. And what he informed me is that every day for the rest of my life after the radiation treatment, I will have to do these mouth guards before bed for 5 or 10 minutes with some sort of solution in them. I'm not sure what the solution is, but basically to keep them in to help protect my teeth and gums due to the damage of the radiation treatment that I might be getting. So I knocked that out this week. For next week, I have a couple of appointments. One's with my oncologist to understand the total, plan of attack and what I'm looking toward. And then I also have a secondary appointment with the radiologist, the guy that's actually going to be in charge of the radiation. So one of the last things, and then I'll stop. I'm going to try to keep these to 10 minutes, not to bore you guys, but I wanted to put it out there to kind of help folks along. This is a journey for me. I'm going to try to document these things as we go to help folks understand what you actually go through. So the good news is the cancer that I have is stage 1 or early stage 2, very treatable supposedly. And initially I thought I was going to have surgery and radiation. But actually the protocols that the team of doctors have come up with, I actually have options. I can either do surgery with radiation, or I can do no surgery and a radiation / chemotherapy over a 6-month time period. So right now I'm kind of weighing the pros and the cons of this. One thing I'm trying to prepare for is my son's wedding in the month of May. Today is February 17th. So I have about 3 months to kind of figure this thing out. And if I do treatment, how soon can I get going with this and hopefully recover in time for the wedding? So those are some of the things I'm considering. And yeah, in a nutshell, I think that's it. Still kind of in shock over the whole thing. I've watched several videos on YouTube trying to learn more about it. Some are good, some are bad. I bet I watched over 100 different things. Some of them freak you out quite a bit. Some of the documentaries of actual people that have this. One guy was fairly positive, the other guy not so much. I'm going into this knowing it is cancer and I will have to fight. And I know that it's not going to be easy. So anyway, I'm at the 10-minute mark. Thought I'd check in. It is Wednesday, the 17th of February. I will probably check in next week to kind of give you an update. But anyway, take care. See you later.